Let's just get right into this gluttony conversation. So 2024 was the first year that I was not health conscious. My relationship with food has become extremely unhealthy. And to the point where my desire to stay physically fit has also gone out the window. I have been active my whole life. I was put into all kinds of different things when I was in elementary school. I played sports in middle school, high school, and in college. That is kind of like where my content creation started. I just love being in the gym. I didn't play any sports in college, but I wanted to continue just being active and just being athletic. So I stayed at the rec and I made content off of it. And I really wanted to be like a personal trainer in the fitness industry. And at that time, fitness creatives, like fitness influencer, wasn't yet a thing, but it was like on the rise, you know what I mean? But then when I had got pregnant, it derailed me a little bit, you know? But even during my pregnancy, I stayed active. And then post-pregnancy, because I had him at such a young age, well, not young, but 21, my body was able to bounce back pretty well because I took care of myself during pregnancy, but I also took care of myself afterward. And anyway, you fast forward, this past year, 2024 was the first year that I did not work out. And because I wasn't working out, because I wasn't moving my body, it was so much easier for me to eat whatever I wanted. My taste buds have completely changed. Typically, I am the type of person that is never like on a really strict diet. I don't count my calories. I don't do those things. I believe in a well-balanced diet. You know what I mean? And I believe in healthy substitutes. What's always worked for me is a high protein, low carb type of diet. Consumed a lot of vegetables. I love juicing, so I always had a juice in the fridge. Typically not a soda person or caffeine or coffee person. That all went out the window last year. So I think right now, January 2025, my body has officially like, I cannot live like this anymore, and I'm recognizing it as now an issue, now an addiction. And I think it's two things. I think one, not having a routine. So one of the biggest struggles I had when I had got let go, just being out of corporate America and not having to work like a 9 to 5, was trying to find a routine. I had too much freedom last year. Like, I didn't know what to do with it, and so I spent it making more unhealthy decisions, like unhealthy decisions versus health conscious decisions. The second thing that I think is a big part of it too is last year was also the year that like I decentered men, and I was not dating. I wasn't fornicating. Like, I was not around men. I really wasn't like outside at all. Like, I had like really no human interaction, and I think that made me less motivated to stay in shape, to stay looking good. Now that speaks to a few things. That obviously speaks to my like need for validation back in the day for men, and you know, it's obvious that I wanted to look good and have a nice body and all these things, not for myself, but for male validation and attention. Now where we're at now is I know like I need to do this for myself, so we'll get to that in a second. But ultimately, I think it has to do with just my entire routine blew up, and I didn't know what to do. I'm really bad at routines, as y'all know. We talked about that last week, and not really having any social interaction. Like, it was just so much easier for me to be inside and eating and not caring to look good because no one saw me anyway. And it just so happened that I'm 30 now, and there's definitely been some differences in my body and definitely been some differences in my health naturally, and it really has finally hit me that I'm not healthy. Y'all know I work at the gym now, which again, you know, we don't know what God's doing, so maybe I got to be at that gym for a reason. But being at that gym has also like really humbled me, and seeing how out of shape that I am and how unmotivated and undisciplined I am, because the people around me are very health conscious, which is great. And then they do body scans. So I did a body scan, which I hadn't done since like college, and my BMI is like out of there. Like, now we know, you know, to not 100% go off of that, but my fat is crazy high. But I also just feel it. Like, I feel it, I look it, like I feel so fatigued, I feel so tired, I don't feel as energetic. And because I'm so sluggish, because I'm not treating my body, like I genuinely feel my body breaking down. Like my body, I feel like it's an unhealthy relationship between me and my body. Like I feel like what compensated for not having sex and like not having that unhealthy relationship became like manifested into an unhealthy relationship with food. Does that make sense? So now I'm like, ugh, I still feel, even though I'm pure in that sense of not having a lustful heart and not fornicating and all these things, I still feel so disgusting. Like my body, I feel like, is fighting me back, and it's just not happy, and I have an unhealthy relationship with my body right now through food. I have no self-control. My body is genuinely addicted to sugar. Like I am genuinely addicted to sugar. Again, my portions are out of control. I can't just eat one thing. I have to have multiple things, and like I feel like I need it. I'm addicted to fatty foods, to processed foods. It's hard for me to cook anymore. Like to the point where like I will eat it because I'm bored. Like I can definitely tell I'm emotionally eating. Like y'all, it's not good, okay? But hey, if you're struggling, you're not the only one. We're not gonna get ourselves reset together, okay? Now, I will say, because I'm so used to being health conscious, it is like I know what to do to get back on track. So that's a good thing. So I'm gonna help you get back on track if you need help too in this video. But I know how to get back on track. So we're gonna start with our food. We're gonna start with a grocery haul. We're gonna start cleaning our kitchen out, having a reset here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and break down what I'm doing physically. And kind of what my workout split is gonna look like and what those goals are. So that's what we're gonna do in this video. I hope this helps you if you are struggling, and just understand you're not alone, okay? And it's not gonna be an overnight thing. This is definitely gonna take time. It's probably gonna take me a good month of consistency to start really feeling like me again, you know, because I am just so dehydrated. I could just tell my hormones are all types of out of whack, and because I feed myself so much trash, like I genuinely feel like trash, like not mentally sharp. I feel so foggy. And in order to help me, I like am drinking caffeine all the time, and so the caffeine then makes me crash out, and it's just like a whole ugly cycle. And then also for Andre and I, like it's so easy, especially for Andre, because you know he's a kid, so they want to eat whatever. So it's definitely easy for me to influence his eating as well when I just don't care, and then it's just bad for both of us. So not only want to do this for myself, but for my son as well. I need home cooked meals in the house again. Like I need to, you know, influence his health consciousness as well. So first, let's go ahead and clear the kitchen out. Now we are due for a grocery shop anyway, so it's not much in here, but we're gonna go ahead and clear out like what we know we're just gonna go ahead and eliminate from the kitchen. So freezer, we have some vegetables, so we're gonna go ahead and keep these here. I don't want to say these out loud. Cutting the real butter cold turkey, I'm not ready for that just yet. I also like to be very for real. Like don't be so drastic that you're just gonna end up going back to your old habit. Like don't force yourself, you know what I mean? You know your limit, you know your discipline level, you know how determined you are or aren't. So be easy on yourself. So like for example, I'm gonna go ahead and keep this butter. I'm not gonna throw it because I know that like I'm gonna want this butter. I'm not ready to cold turkey that, you know what I mean? So have some discernment. Don't go too crazy, because again, we want consistency, and we also want to do what we feel like doing. We want to feel good about the choices that we're making. So again, don't be hard on yourself, and don't force yourself into decisions that you don't want to make, because then it's going to create resentment, and then it's going to create frustration, and you're going to feel like you failed, and it's going to create that loop. So we don't want that. Gotta go. We are not doing now you may not want to cut caffeine cold turkey for you, but I can do that for me, just because typically I'm not a caffeine person. It wasn't until these last few months that I really upped the caffeine, but I'm okay eliminating it, because seriously, like again, no self-control. Like I can't think of like a healthy alternative. If I'm gonna put an iced coffee together, like I'm gonna go crazy. Like I'm gonna put the syrup, the sauce, the whipped cream, like the whole nine. And I don't do like pre-workout or energy drinks or anything like that. My thing is really just coffee, but I throw all kinds of like sugar up in there. So it's really like the sugar that gives me my energy. That's why I crash out so bad, and that's why it gets me so dehydrated. And yeah. Now as far as my pantry goes, so this is probably the smallest pantry that I've had to work with. So I kind of separated it like my little health shelf is at the top. So this has like all my supplements, apple cider vinegar, greens, protein powder, PB2, collagen, things like that. Because again, when I'm on it, I be on it. So that's up there, but that has not been touched whatsoever. This is just kind of like our carb slash can section. This gotta go. Now we have some rice and seaweed in the back. I typically keep my rice and beans and pasta in here, so I think we're also gonna go back to having protein pasta instead of like the super cheap pasta that we get. So not too much to clear out there. Now this is kind of like the breakfast slash Andre's our snack section. With the breakfast, all we have right now is some oatmeal. Typically though, we're not big cereal people, but lately like we have been just getting like the most sugariest cereals, and Andre does love chocolate chip pancakes, so I keep some chocolate chips and powdered sugar here with brown sugar that I typically have with oatmeal. These two bins are our snack slash candy bin. He likes these little mints. Honestly, actually, I'm gonna clear some of this out. I'm gonna just keep the mints in here. Okay, so this is where we're at now. It's just mints. He does love little Hershey's. The only thing is, I let him eat like 5 in one sitting, you know what I mean? Like I got these little ones just to kind of help with the portions, but you know, we're just struggling all around. And we did just buy these nerds, which by the way, we had multiple bags. I ate them all. So actually, matter of fact, you gotta go. All right, and then at the bottom, these are all just like my seasoning. Yeah, and now for the most fun part, we get to restock and make some, you know, real health conscious decisions. So let's go to the store. Grocery list in hand. We were very particular about what we're gonna eat this week. I'm gonna shop 1 week at a time because again, I just gotta make sure that I can commit. I don't wanna do like a whole grocery haul for like a month of like everything healthy and everything whole food, and then it ends up going to waste because I'm overestimating how committed I am. So like I said earlier, we start small, the small thing. Do anything too crazy with this list. It is pretty basic. I stuck to basically what I know and what I know to be good for me. And I wanted to go all the way to H-E-B. It's the only downside. That's the only one thing, is there's no H-E-B near me. It's about 30 minutes away. It's the one in Plano. I love that H-E-B, but honestly, again, your girl's tired. I really don't feel like making that drive. So we're gonna do Walmart, maybe Whole Foods if needed, but we're gonna go ahead and head to Walmart, knock this grocery list out real quick. And I do want to say, I want to speak to like finances. I know sometimes it's hard for us to eat right because of finances. Like I get how that can be a limitation, but pray about it, invite God into that. Like God loves you too much and wants to feed you and wants to make sure that you're healthy and wants you to take care of your body. So yeah, let's get this trip started. All right, we're done, about to check out. Okay, back home, I am already so excited to treat my body right and to feed myself good things. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put everything up, and I'm gonna make breakfast real quick, and then I am gonna start prepping for the week, which I haven't done in such a long time. Like doing some meal preps, juicing some juices, so BRB. So now that everything is put up and I had some food, I cooked a little something, we are gonna go ahead and start the prep for the week. Now again, like I was saying earlier, it's easy for me to just like quickly know what to shop for, what to eat, you know, what's a meal plan and what to consume, right? But that's because again, I've been health conscious for a very long time. So I don't know where maybe you are in your journey, but understand that you will work your way up no matter what level you're in, right? No matter what level you're at. Now I'm at an age, you know, again, being in my 30s, where I don't have like any specific body goal in mind, you know what I mean? Like it's not like where I was in my early 20s or like when I was postpartum or things like that, where it's like I had this goal. At this point in my life, I just want to maintain, I just want to be healthy and I just want to be strong. That's it. So like that's my personal goal. But whatever it is that you have in mind, do not be scared to ask for help. Ask ChatGPT, like Google recipe. Figure out what you want for yourself. Do you want to look a certain way? Do you want to gain muscle, lose weight? Do you just want to maintain? Do you just want to be healthy? Do you want to be real strict? Do you want to try all these crazy other things, which I don't recommend doing? I think at the end of the day, listen, 3 meals a day, snacks in between, good whole food. That's it. I think that's the formula. can be very, very simple. I think it starts with just replacing. I think sometimes, again, we get too ahead of ourselves. We set these high expectations, but at the end of the day, it's as simple as just replacing the things in your diet, replacing the thing that you know make you feel horrible, right? You know, like, are you dehydrated? Like, are you drinking water? I got me some watermelon. I'm gonna make some watermelon juice. Watermelon, cucumber, celery. Those are my like top 3 favorite things to juice when I'm dehydrated. I just decided to get watermelon this time. And it doesn't have to be like crazy overcomplicated. Like, you don't have to, you know, do these crazy fasts and do certain crazy diets and, you know, do a 7-day cleanse and, you know, take this pill and that pill, or this for fat loss, this for weight loss. Again, it's truly as simple as recognizing what your weaknesses are. So what do you consume that you either know you're addicted to, or that it's really hard for you to say no to, or that you know is just not good for you and you keep consuming it anyway? Because when it comes to having a healthy relationship with food, when it comes to fueling our body, it takes that fruit of the spirit. It takes that self-control. And that's the biggest thing we want to focus on. Just like we can overconsume everything else in life, we can definitely overconsume food. We can be eating portions that we know we have no business eating. When it comes to, you know, if we're emotionally eating, like, what are you using food for? What does food do for you? Is it your comfort? And that's not to say we can't enjoy our food, but point is, you have to really recognize, you know, why do you think your relationship with food is unhealthy? We got to start there. Like, because our health, when it comes to food, we have our whole life. We're going to be eating our entire life. So you might as well just create a genuine healthy relationship and know good balance, and just feed yourself good things so you don't have to worry about keeping up with the latest trends and all the things. And while I'm not using my punani down there because, you know, I'm abstinent, it still is no excuse to not make sure she's okay as well. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to my supplements and stuff, I completely stopped taking them. I don't take a probiotic, like, I don't take vitamins. It's a lot that I don't do. I just got so lazy with it, and that's just all not good all around. And while that's okay, you know, it happens, life happens, all the things, what's important is we get back on it, okay? So I want to encourage you, if you are in a similar boat as me and you really are just tired of it, you just genuinely want to get your life back and get your health back, then here we are, here we go. First thing, of course, is food. That's the biggest thing. Our diet is everything. What we put in our bodies is everything. You know, we can do something as little as just walking 20 minutes a day and be okay. But when it comes to food and what we're putting in our body, that is so crucial. So don't worry about, you know, eating only everything organic and forcing you to eat things and replace things that you're not ready to do. You have to be very honest about where you're at in your journey and what's going to be easier for you. It's going to start with replacing. What can we do to just start working on better eating habits? That's it. You start there. This grocery haul, like I said, I only shop for about a week, because I don't want to spend money and I don't want to spend time and waste resources doing this huge haul, knowing that I'm not going to be disciplined enough, or knowing that I may not even end up eating it and throwing it all out and then just ended up going out to eat. You know what I mean? So one little small step. Now, the way that I set up my food intake, like my meals and stuff like that, I've always been a fan of this. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm a huge 3-meal-a-day person, so I love breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks in between. Bigger portions at the beginning of the day, smaller ones at the end. That way when you wake up, you have an appetite. And breakfast truly is the most important meal of the day. When it comes to sugars, when it comes to natural sugars like fruit and things like that, I like to consume all that in the morning. Again, we like a low carb, high protein diet. And when it comes to carbs, good carbs. You know what I mean? Brown rice. And when it comes to protein, I like lean meats, chicken, fish, so you can get your omega-3s. Sides are real simple. Again, simple carbs and vegetables. So I picked the things that I know I like to eat, because again, I know with this transition, it's not just gonna happen overnight, and I still wanted to enjoy the food that I'm eating. So for example, I love, when it comes to breakfast, I love a breakfast taco. And so my breakfast taco will have tons of cheese, chorizo, beans, like all the things, right? Like, and then tortillas, butter tortillas, all that good stuff. So what I decided to get this week is, I still want my breakfast tacos. I still want my breakfast taco. Instead of like a bacon, potato, egg, cheese type of taco, I'm just going back to my classic turkey sausage, egg, potato, and spinach. And while it would be best to eliminate the carbs, right? Even though, you know, again, corn tortillas are good, they're better than a flour tortilla, or you can get like, you know, the carb smart tortilla. Because I just don't want to eat out of a regular bowl, I went ahead and just got corn tortillas instead of the flour. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm still enjoying what I like to eat. I'm just understanding what a part of that meal is not healthy and what I can substitute it with. And I'm not gonna put any cheese on it. You know, we're gonna eliminate the cheese because we don't need that. And you just kind of do that, you know, take some time out to sit down and just kind of do that throughout all your meals. I love pasta. Y'all know I'm trying to get away from dairy and cheese and all the things. And I really wanted some pasta this week because I love pasta. So instead of getting regular noodles, I went ahead and got some chickpea noodles, some protein noodles as well. And instead of getting the 4 cheese pasta sauce, I just got regular, I just got like some garlic and tomato sauce. I didn't, again, we're trying to chill with the cheese. And I also got some bell peppers to throw in there along with some lean meat, you know? So again, still eat your favorite food, just make healthier replacements. We have our watermelon because we're just gonna make some watermelon juices. And then I wanna make some just like morning shots. So I wanna make some carrot and turmeric and ginger and pineapple shots. So I have some ginger. I got lazy with the pineapple and got pre-cut, especially since I'm only doing shots. I feel like I didn't need too much pineapple. I think this will be perfect. And then I have some carrots right here, some whole carrots, and I just have turmeric powder. I didn't get real turmeric because I only find that at H-E-B. So in the juicer that I have, it's a Ninja. You don't necessarily need to go get an expensive Ninja juicer. I have a cold press juicer. I absolutely love it. I had gotten on a Black Friday sale one year. And as you can see, you know, we're having a conversation and I've just been cutting up this. Honestly, I know it can be really intimidating, like juicing and cutting up things and meal prepping. Like, I get it. Y'all know I get it. I'm a single mom. I'm tired. You know, I try to make my life as easier and less work as I can, but something like this, it is worth investing your time and your energy into, I promise. Well, I'm saying that like I ain't been neglecting my health this past year, but I promise you. You know, if you like before I started recording, I had some music going, so dedicate, you know, just 2 hours. Just dedicate 2 hours to just preparing your meals, cooking your meals that week, cutting up your fruit, juicing, doing those things, getting them organized in your fridge. That way you have them ready to go. Especially if you don't have the money to be investing in like all the pre-cut things, because that gets a little bit more expensive. Find some joy. Like, ask God to bring you joy in that process. What do we always say? We inviting God into everything. So even when it comes to mundane things that you feel like you don't want to do or like real intimidating or seem like a lot of work, ask God to bring joy into that situation. If I wasn't recording right now, I probably would be on a FaceTime call. I would just continue listening to my music. And again, you can knock out a couple hours. I promise you, the same amount of time that we spend scrolling on our phones, if you just use that same time and energy into preparing for your week, it will make a difference. So we're gonna go ahead and start juicing. You know, y'all probably want to see the juicing in action, huh? So this is the juicer, and you put the fruit through here, whatever you want to put in there. You can use this to push it down. There's the juice, and then there's all the extra. I will say it juices pretty flawlessly. I've juiced a lot of different things. The only thing that I will say it struggles with is seeds. And as you can see, I don't even have to really push anything down. Like, it's more for so like harder things like those carrots. I'll definitely have to push those down. But for the most part, it juices pretty flawlessly, and we're already at almost 2 cups. So I'll turn this off. I'll stop the juice from flowing. And we have 2 cups of beautiful watermelon juice, fresh watermelon juice. You can see the other side. There we go. And I had bought a pack of these at H-E-B. A pack of these mason jars to go ahead and hold the juice, and I love it. I think these mason jars work just fine. These are 2 cups as well, so. Beautiful. And boom. Now we got a fresh watermelon juice, good 16 ounces. And I think 16 ounces is like a good serving rule of thumb. A lot of times when you go to juicing companies or are juicing or like buy detoxes, they're typically in a 16 ounce bottle. So I think 16 ounces is a good serving of that juice, if you say. So once I drink these, I could go back to the store and get another personal watermelon, or I'll probably start to then incorporate some new vegetables. Like, I'm drinking the watermelon because it's the easiest thing to drink right now. I definitely don't feel like drinking no celery juice. Definitely don't feel like drinking no cucumber, none of that. So I think, you know, depending on how I feel this week, next week maybe I'll go and start a celery juice. You know what I mean? But I will say I'll do a celery and green apple juice with some lemon. That's really good. And cleaning is super easy. So this is basically the main piece. You can literally just, when I'm going between each fruit, I just take it out, take the pieces out, I rinse it really quick, and that's it. So to piece it together is like super easy. You put it back in the machine, and then we go on to our next fruit. And it doesn't blend, like the flavors don't like blend together, if that makes sense. Like I don't juice watermelon and then juice carrots and it tastes like watermelon carrots, if that makes sense. Every time I juice, I keep like a little HEB bag right next to me, and that's where I throw like all the leftovers. I know you can use a lot of extra things for like compost and stuff. I don't know, I'm not that advanced yet, but yeah, just like to keep my station real clean. And so now we're gonna work on the shots. So we're gonna go ahead and juice these carrots. And yes, honey, these are the final products. So I made a few shots, and so with my shots, those are 2 ounces. So I made 3 carrot and turmeric shots. I made 2 pineapple drinks. I had a little bit more pineapple, or it made more pineapple than I thought. So I went ahead and decided to do 2 pineapple and ginger drinks. They're about 12 ounces, so that's still a good juice amount. I try to keep them 12 to 16 ounces, majority 16 though. And then we have our watermelons. So yeah, that'll give me my nutrients this week for the next few days for sure. And I know it also can be intimidating as far as like putting flavors together and things like that. And again, this goes back down to like, what do you like? I also like looking at brands that sell shots. So for example, Suja, I love the brand Suja. They sell shots, and for example, they have like a vitality shot, or they have a, you know, immune booster shot, things like that. So you can always look at the ingredients in there and then make your own. I feel like you just can't go wrong with the combination of carrot, pineapple, ginger, and turmeric. Those are like my 4 favorite flavors. And again, that's just because it's my preference. So that's why it was easy for me to kind of choose what 2 drinks or the drinks that I wanted. So that's done. So that's kind of the food portion, right? Again, that's the biggest part. When you do eat good, you feel good. When you fuel your body with just feel good things that help support your body, it makes a world of a difference. It makes a world of a difference. So get your kitchen in order. Let me know in the comments once you get your kitchen in order. Sleep is so crucial, and when you are on a bad sleeping schedule, you are not allowing your body to rest. And if you dare try working out, throw working out in there, you're not letting your body recover. So sleep is so important. I totally understand the way that the world is nowadays. No one knows how to manage their stress. No one knows how to manage their thoughts. A lot of people cannot sleep in silence. Like, I get there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of doom scrolling at night. I totally get it. But sleep is just one of those things, like you need it. You need it. And you need to find a sleep schedule that works for you. This is where you got to start being a little bit disciplined. So I know for me, if I go to bed past like 10:30, I am not waking up early. Like for me, 10:30 is kind of like my limit. If I want to be able to wake up early, then I cannot go to bed past 10:30. Now, I've also learned with time, because again, this all takes time. So if you haven't done this or tried to, you know, experiment with your natural sleep pattern, I absolutely would. I'm not a morning person naturally, but I do know I function the best on about 7 hours of sleep. So if I can do 7 hours of sleep, I'm good. And me waking up early is 5 a.m. And 5 a.m. does not work for everybody. I totally get that. But me, because I get Andre up at 6 a.m., I learned that just as a human being, as a mother, like as me, that hour in the morning to myself makes a world of a difference. So that's why it's 5 o'clock for me. It depends on your schedule, and you have to work around what your everyday looks like, and you have to be practical. Like, you have to be practical. I need time to prepare myself, my mind, my body, my soul, and I like having at least 30 minutes to an hour to do that. So guess what that means? That means that my wake up time is 5 or 5:30. Do you see what I mean? Like, you have to make it work around your schedule. Now, is it always like that? No. During the summer when I don't have him, best believe I'm sleeping in, okay? Identify your schedule, identify people in your life, their schedule, and we build and go from there, okay? I've learned in my routine with my son what that looks like. And that has taken time, and that's changed here and there over the years, of course, especially when I became a single mom. But give yourself some time to adjust to it. Play around with like different hours, set your alarm for different time frames, you know, go back a few increments. If you don't wake up until 10 o'clock in the morning and you're trying to be a 5 a.m. girly, give yourself some grace. Like, it's gonna take time. But this also, like, what really helps support your sleep pattern is what you're eating. So if you're eating sugary processed foods at night, right? If you're drinking caffeine at night, it's gonna keep you up. That's also why when I said earlier, when it comes to food, I like to have small meals towards the end of the day. So start really big. My biggest meal would be breakfast, and it gets smaller throughout the day with those good healthy snacks in between. So all day I'm continuously fueling my body, and at night I give my body time to digest and reset and rest. That way in the morning, again, I now have an appetite and do it all over again. And the issue with me right now is like I'm drinking caffeine all day, and then I'm not sleeping, and then I'm waking up and I'm tired, and then I drink caffeine again, and then I take a nap because I crash out, and then I'm doing it all over again. Like, it's just so bad. And then lastly, when it comes to working out, do not underestimate walking. Do not underestimate low impact movements. Do not underestimate your body weight and working out with your body weight. So I used to have a workout split when I was like lifting and trying to like look a certain way. I'm still sticking to that split, so you don't have to use the split by any means, but I'm gonna let you know what it is in case you want to steal it. And I don't know, I feel like to me it was just like a top tier workout split, but it was 5 days out the week, and I rested Wednesdays and Sundays. Wednesdays and Sundays, I just felt like Sundays, like no one wants to work out on Sunday. Like, you just want to like get ready for the week, you know what I mean? And then Wednesday was right in the middle of the week, so it was an opportunity to be like, okay, like let me take a pause. And I worked out lower body 3 times out of those 5 days and upper body twice, because I cared more about my lower body than I did my upper body. Now what I'm doing is I still want to stick to that routine. However, I am nowhere near lifting yet, so I want to just keep it very low impact. So for those 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I at least want to walk 20 minutes, whether it's walking outside, walking with Andre, or like walking on a machine. I want to get back to walking. So, because again, we're taking it very, very slow. Now, if I decide after that walk, I want to go ahead and work out the muscle group for that day, like I said, so there's 3 days that I commit to lower body, 2 days I commit to upper body. So Monday is a lower body for me. If Monday comes and after I do my 20-minute workout, I want to go ahead and do like a low impact lower body workout, whether I look it up on YouTube or just do it in the gym, then I'll do that. But I want to commit these next few weeks just walking. Like, I just need to move my body. Like, that's how bad it is. Like, I'm not about to sit here and be like, okay, well, let me commit to lifting this and doing this like HIIT workout and this crazy ab workout. Let me do Pilates. Even though I love Pilates, I will incorporate all that back in my routine when I feel ready. So that is ultimately what we're doing. We have recognized where we're totally unhealthy in life right now and what we're neglecting. I'm neglecting my health, movement, and my sleep. So now that we've identified that, right, I want to go ahead and start bettering these habits. I want to get back on track. So when it comes to food, when it comes to my health, one, we have to recognize what is it that I'm addicted to? What is it about my relationship with food that's unhealthy right now? And what better choices can we make? That's it. Raw right now, we're just working on what can we switch around. When it comes to sleep, okay, well, I recognize this is the time that I want to get up, that I need to get up. What do I need to do? What time do I need to go to bed? How do I need to set up my day so that I can fully function and wake up at that time? Great. And then moving on to just working out, I just need to get my body moving again. So I want to commit to walking. I have a Pilates mat behind there, or not a Pilates mat, like a yoga mat, but I have a yoga mat. I got it at Five Below. So you can make progress at home, I promise. I hope this video is helpful. I understand we're all in different parts of our journey, but ultimately I hope you know that at the end of the day, I am really dealing with gluttony. I'm dealing with laziness. I'm dealing with a lack of discipline. I'm dealing with a lack of excitement when it comes to treating my body right. And so I'm right there with you if you understand that. Even though we may be in different phases of our journey, we could still have the same mindset. So that's my mindset right now. It's not the best. And I wanna better that. So hopefully the tips in this video helped you, and hopefully you maybe saw what I'm doing and maybe you start incorporating that into your routine, whether you start today, tomorrow, next week. I just hope you get started. So let me know where you're at. Let me know what changes you wanna make. Let me know if you have any questions, and you wanna be like fully up to speed with us kind of getting back on track. Definitely follow Instagram. The Instagram is where I'll be posting kind of everything health and fitness related. Remember, getting started is the hardest part. So let's tackle the hardest part together. I'm right here with you. Wish you the best of luck, and we'll talk soon. Okay, bye. Mwah.